Aloha, my friends and enemies and international family. Today, I got a little talk called Non-Transactional Interactions for Rehumanization. Spontaneity for Sanity. So how deep you wanna go down the rabbit hole? Take the red pill and you'll know how deep you wanna go down the rabbit hole with me. Just in the time when I was sure I had it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. How these children that you spit on are immune to your accusation, 'cause they're quite aware that they're going through changes to turn and face the strain of changing. Pretty soon this flesh suit has got to get older, but time may change me. But there's no such thing as time when I'm truly free. Non-transactional interactions for rehumanization. Spontaneity for sanity. Well, of course, since Lucifer established his sick inverted siphoning system and masterfully, coercively, and covertly forced credit-based and then fiat capitalism here, there, and nearly everywhere. Humans, spirits in human flesh suits have become more and more accustomed and indoctrinated into what Mark Passio calls the religion of money and the sick, mentally ill capitalist trap concept of solipsism and narcissism that now time is money. One of the most enslaving ideas ever, right there. Only dead things don't change. That is a very true cliche. Life is in flux, and life is constantly changing, getting better or worse. You know, as Bob Dylan said, and and Stephen King put in the movie, you either get busy living or get busy dying. Old habits or addictions, slavery, and routines can deaden your soul. And it's happened to me. So now, even if you still don't subscribe to this popular planetary inversion, if you live somewhere like, say, Santa Cruz, California, you'll have to observe over perhaps tragically, more and more, 80% of the people here at least, but up to, depending on what you're used to, up to 96% of all humans stuck in wage slavery and socialistic, narcissist, and even Illuminati social circles in the West Coast here, all enforcing this sick slavery of competition, social Darwinism, sick slavery-based concept that time is money, and the social hierarchy, and overt power differentials between the elites who can do whatever they want and steal your money, and you who have no time because time is money. So, but when you see through these overt power differentials in the Babylonian Talmudic money magic control scheme, then you can learn how to heal from this sick notion that you have to race to the stables to compete for every scrap. Thus, freedom of movement, speech, and particularly the erroneous matrix overlay of time itself, as in most situations destroyed the individual's ability to go into any duration of timelessness or spontaneity in the moment, for more than 10, 20 seconds or a minute while they're ringing you up or something like that. In short, they have to go back to work or back to distraction of their cell phone or back to distraction of the matrix mind control in perpetuity and perpetual slavery forever, or until they wake up spiritually. Dr. C on YouTube in the channel Healing from Narcissism, his channel, he says narcissists see all their relationships as transactions. And that's where I got the idea for this video. Because we live in a very sick, narcissistic society that's the myopic cult of the little me. As Mark Passio said, many Satanists don't even think about the Baphomet or the goat, the devil, or the cow. It's they just worship the little me. They're narcissists. So they and Dr. Carter says they see all the relationships as transactions. In other words, every relationship has to be a source of money or narcissistic supply. You have to treat them like they're a god and do everything they say. Look what happens when you refuse to do business with them or gray wall them. They will think that you, spiritually at least, cease to exist or are actually abusing them. They will start to want to cuss you out or believe that you are abusing them. Oftentimes. Likewise, this entire sick, slavery-based society thinks of your entire worth solely around your utility, usefulness to them, or your earning power. Or else, if you're someone like me, you're a useless eater, someone that needs to be, exterminated as a parasite if you don't earn a lot of money. Thus, I kept asking my mom to stop. I had to keep asking her to stop begging me to receive disability for 3 years, even though I had several deadly illnesses for a decade at that point. And even though I knew I did have several extreme illnesses. Number one, I did not want to be dependent. Number two, in the capitalist system, your earning power is your testicles and your children and your material dreams. And, the dark side is only too happy, and maybe even the people in PayPal are even only too happy to deny me my, renunciation for all the skills I'm teaching you here. Too bad, and I'm giving you for free. Too bad you'll all be narcissist sociopaths with no morality if this is your only measurement of wealth, is how much money someone makes. Because look what happened in 2020. And so, as my personality became fixed in ways, I learned that I could easily become a hypocrite in dependency, especially, and become afraid of meeting new people and having spontaneous interactions like anyone. But I know that that's not my real essence, So I always remember to reinstate friendliness as one of the four immeasurables of value from where I'm from. I know I have deadly obstacles to normal life that could holographically entrap me in financial dependency, or even make the cancer and other illnesses reappear if I'm not 100% clear and let go of that idea. That I have to let go of that idea as part of my shadow work and this ostracization socially. Yet I also knew I needed to learn how to become a healer, and I was welcome. I admitted I needed the financial help. I have the support and learning, which I'm very grateful for, because I devoured hundreds of self-help books and healing books for these 15 years. However, this also allowed me to take a step back from the world and to see how in public more and more most interactions between strangers are only transactional, only about the money. Sure, it is nice if the cashier, when someone's ringing you up, is polite and respectful. It helps you to remember to stay human. That is not exactly what I mean. I mean, that's nice. A lot of people can do that, and God bless them for that, but that's not exactly what I mean. We can all see that the rapid, stressed, tizzy, self-possessed, collapsed, covert narcissist, stuck in financial survival, beast mode, running, scrapping, and social Darwinism to not die, and working 3 jobs and 7 days a week in this county, for example, if they were not skilled, we all can see that that has become tragically the normal human mentality in a region such as this, competing against all other humans in a dog-eat-dog world. Humans tend to often cling to limited holograms which is an extremely large mistake, and I've been guilty of this too. Again, I've been there, even today, if I'm not clear. This is the Khazarian Mafia's fake reality that is ending. The dark ETs, the interdimensional parasites, they find it easiest to control people who are stuck in habit patterns like automatons. This makes you easy food for Loosh. That's what's ending. And whether you're a wage or a box slave or a hermit like I have been, a wealthy person or whomever you are, wherever you're stationed in life, there is an obvious way to cease this madness within your own sphere. It is to have the courage and the discernment and the instinctive skills to have spontaneous verbal or other peaceful, random, and aware moments. In other words, talk to strangers for 10 minutes that you've never met before, or trust yourself enough to learn something from them. You will need a pinch of courage and more than a little intuition. This exercise is a great way to relearn intuition and self-trust, because when you put yourself out there, in even a small regard, like a conversation, it can help you to heal this schism that the dark has tried to enforce on most of us. It is to, and just through our own ignorance or fear, cowardiceness, it is to initiate or respond to a conversation. It happens to all of us every day when you're in public. People try to talk to you, whether it's a sick homeless person or a sick weirdo trying to pick you up. You can learn to treat them with more dignity, if you don't already. Especially with a stranger or a friend even, where there is no money or energy or narcissistic supply involved. No, this doesn't include panhandlers and emotional vampires, sob stories, people who want to suck your energy, or beggars who just want to talk to you for hours about their problems. That's just a normal part of this existence on Earth. These are not really aware, spontaneous reactions. No, it will likely be only possible on your day off, and I'm the teacher for you when you're open to hearing me, or maybe when you've meditated or got a buzz or otherwise relaxed and open. It is natural to be friendlier when you're young, and then become through trauma or through relationship failures as you get older, to be more fearful. You lose it through trauma, and we become re-solipsized if we're not very careful and we don't do the shadow work. Try going for 5 to 15 minutes speaking to someone who you've never met before. And so it is usually more effort with age. When you feel that this person is energetically all right or somewhat safe energetically, try talking to them for 10 minutes. This happened to me last night to a man, and tragically it ended up he was born again with the Bible thumper type, but he's kind of he's a beautiful man anyway, so I hope he can heal some from our discussion if it didn't harm him too much. Hearing the red pill information, open yourself to conversations when you know you won't be able to be taken advantage of in this situation, of course. As you remember this process, even in a highly narcissistic capitalist region like Santa Cruz, you'll gradually or even rapidly remember, if you've been isolated or enslaved, exactly what it feels like to be the fool card in the tarot, or the young person who is open to experience, jumping off the cliff of spontaneous experience, being willing to go on the adventure, even in meeting people. Which for the people, those of us wounded by these narcissistic creeps, it takes time to build the courage to do that. Even you see, this fool and the fool tarot card is secretly a childish wisdom teacher, because he's totally open to adventure. The first book I ever read about tantric practice was called The Tantric Quest, and in the end of that book he says, "Get on the bus." The idea is, get on the bus and be friendly. If you enjoyed this, make sure that you, if you haven't already, subscribe, click the notification bell for more. And if you really want to see me on videos again, type in my name, and we can make this a better world, you know.